Keep watching Magical GH.
Ladies and gentlemen, so we please be up on our feet as we welcome the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama.
Please resume your seats, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much indeed for joining us on this very special day at the Kwabinya Community Senior High School, a school that was envisaged by the president at the time, a legacy of his, the President John Dramani Mahama. He had a vision of creating a center of academic excellence, skills and development, with a mission of providing relevant, high-quality education that will enhance vocational and technical skills to prepare students for the future and in a very safe and conducive environment. Today, you see this edifice and you remember the legacy. But a long time ago in 1972, when the UN General Assembly designated the 5th of June as a day set aside for the celebration of the World Environmental Day, it gladdened the hearts of many across the world. Later in 1973, the first celebration will be had under the theme, Only One Earth. And subsequent years we've had the platform to talk about many things that affect the environment, including plastic.
The clergy, members of parliament, CEOs and heads of institutions, teachers and students, the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and privilege to stand before you today as we come together to commemorate World Environment Day 2025, a day of global importance, a call to reflection, and more importantly, a call to action. Let me begin by extending my heartfelt appreciation to the leadership and entire student body of Kwabenya Senior High School for hosting this important event. To all our invited dignitaries and guests here today, your presence speaks volumes about your commitment to the future of our planet. Distinguished guests, I welcome all of you to this all-important celebration. Today, as we stand under the theme, Ending Plastic Pollution, the national theme, Repurpose Plastic Use, and the slogan, Rethink Plastic Pollution, Act Now. We are reminded that the fight against plastic pollution is not one for tomorrow. It is a fight for today. It is a battle we must engage in, not with fear, but with bold and intentional steps. Our slogan says it all clearly. Rethink plastic pollution, act now. That is not a suggestion. It is a response.
Come, I'm calling you. Come. Please take that and place it in the bin, okay?
I'm sorry, I didn't see the bin.
Well, it's right here as clear as morning. Let's do what is right, okay? The earth remembers everything, okay? Excellent. A clean act today saves a flooded home tomorrow.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Sekanish malam jangan hodoko. Sekanish malam jangan. What's the matter? Sekanish malam jangan hodoko. Sekanish hodoko. What's the matter? Sek. Mana? What? Nasi yang pun baby bamu. Yang kau ini dah. What's the matter? Yang kau ya.
Wherever you want to go, I can take you there. Anywhere you want to go, I can take you there. Final stop is Tema Station, Accra. Anywhere you want to go, I can take you there. Madam Okada, Arauco. Wherever you want to go, I can take you there. Anywhere you want to go, I can take you there. So, can you get me a cat today? When the book at Nessa turning to an animal. I'll get you a cat that you wear that and the food for. Nonsense. You this child, you don't respect it. Every day when I see you, I tend to move my eyes today. You move. Come here. Hey, come here. Mama! Come here. Hey, come here. Come here.
Okay. Hey, still sweeping mystery. The market is not your private compound. Hey.
Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, colleague ministers of state and members of parliament, the Honorable Gua and Honorable Mutala, many cluster of schools. You know, for the students, President Mahama is back here. You are in this compound thanks to his signature initiative those days to allow you to have this facility. When I arrived, headmistress welcomed me, and because she knew the president was coming, she kept arguing that, Mr. Minister, what can the president do about boarding status for Kwabenya School? So to the headmistress, the president of the republic is here. This is not the age or time for promises. But at least the president having arrived here, I've seen the number of students gathered here to join him to celebrate World Environment Day. And for me and our students, Mr. President, our pledge is that every student and every child, so to the students, if you agree with me, you wave to the president. Every child, every student will be a leader of action for the environment, to protect the environment. So that's our commitment, Minister for Environment and Science. And to the Minister for Lands, Natural Resources, we are looking forward to collaborating with you to distribute trees through the Ghana Education Service across the country for every child to plant a tree. We will do so in the coming days and in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and the Ministry of Education will provide that leadership. Mr. President, mine again is to assure you that sometime next year, when we review curricula of our schools, we will introduce under your guidance and leadership
to take advantage of enormous research outputs that are left in the shelves to gather dust. It is an opportunity for them to take advantage of the research outputs and also to challenge the research institutions to conduct researches that are tailored to what they are doing. A classical example is the niche fufu, which was the invention of CSR, and Pozolano cement, which was also an invention of CSR. As we mark this World Environment Day, let us remember that the earth is not inherited from our ancestors. It is borrowed from our children. What we do today in our homes, our offices, our factories, and our communities will determine the kind of Ghana we bequeath to the next generation. Let us rise together to end plastic pollution. Let us repurpose, think and act, and let each child tree remind us that every small step today can grow into forests of hope tomorrow. Your Excellency, it is important for me to acknowledge that we have a group, in fact a company, Neil Dambi, the CEO and founder for the school here. And I would plead if you could do us the honor of presenting it to the school. Except that you want me to do it on your behalf. Okay, that's fine. Should be very, very brief. Headmistress.
Good morning, Mr. President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Minister of State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is a short message to commemorate World Environment Day 2025. Today, we commemorate and celebrate the World Environment Day on the global theme, Ending Plastic Pollution. This is in fulfillment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 6, which seeks to achieve clean water and sanitation. Unfortunately, our global and national outlook is an eyesore. Listen to what the late Pope Francis has to say on the environment. The earth, our home, is beginning to look more and more like an immense battlefield. In many parts of the planet, the elderly lament that once beautiful landscapes are now covered with rubbish. But nature never forgives. If you give her a slap, she will give you one. One of the slaps of plastic pollution is the climate change the world is battling with currently. What do? Let us resolve individually and collectively to repurpose plastic use, to end plastic pollution, to improve our sanitation, and to transform our world for the better. We receive this world as an inheritance from past generations, but also as a loan from future generations, to whom we must return spick and span. Rethink plastic pollution. Act now. Act a attitude. See changes. See things. Which leads to now and neatly.
Of the children who believes in a mindset change, who believes in development, who believes that the environment can be reconciled one more time, man with nature, who believes that together we can forge forward our energies, take sustenance in our diversities, and chart a new course that will make all of us smile together. The President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, I ask you all to stand and welcome the President of the Republic as he gives us the keynote address. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, my children. Sit down. Resume your seats. About 9 years ago, or 10 years ago, I'm not sure which, this was among the first community day schools, popularly called E-blocks, that I commissioned. And since the day I commissioned this school, this is the first time I've come back here. And so I'm very excited to be with you. I'm excited to be with you, my children of Kwabenya Community High School. I'm at time the computer placement of students was taking place. And some parents in Kwabenya Domi area were frustrated that their children were being sent to faraway places at a tender age. Some were going to Kukurantumi, to Bunkurubu Secondary, to other places. And so the day we commissioned this school, the school was full. Parents whose children had been posted to faraway places quickly brought their children here. And I'm happy to see that the school is serving the community very well. Are you cool? Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, and other ministers of state and deputy ministers of state here present, senior government officials, Mr. Niloy Banerjee, UNDP country representative, members of the diplomatic corps, heads of institutions, Hajia Rahinatu Yakubu Salifu, headmistress of Kabenya Community Day School, Nime, Name, friends of the media, and let me acknowledge some of our chiefs who are here and to apologize that we didn't greet them. We should have exchanged greetings before the start of this program, but when we are done, I'll come over and come and pay my respects to you. We have Nitete Ahmed II, Kwabenya Jasiche, the principal chief kingmaker of Kwabenya. We have Niamo the first, the Amwaman Kutoku Oblanhi Manche. We have Na Nyoko Aflasu the first, Abofu Queen Mother, Na Dese Omanye Sani the third, Nungwa Okwe Gono Queen Mother. I acknowledge all of you and thank you very much for joining us. It's with deep gratitude and a profound sense of duty I join you today to mark the World Environment Day 2025. This annual observance arrives at a critical juncture when the world is facing escalating environmental threats. It also possesses the knowledge, tools, and collective will to take meaningful action for future generations. This year's theme, Ending Plastic Pollution, could not be more relevant. In Ghana, the widespread use of plastics, once hailed for convenience, is leaving behind a trail of environmental devastation. Plastic is clogging our gutters and waterways, it is littering our beaches, it is polluting our farmlands, and it is choking our urban streams. Indeed, environmental experts are warning us that by 2050, if nothing is done, there will be more plastic in the sea than fish. The amount of plastic in the sea will be more than the fish in the sea. This sobering forecast must awaken us not to despair, but awaken us to action. Plastic pollution is a visible symptom of a deeper challenge. It is a symptom of our broken relationship with nature. But we can and must turn this tide by reimagining plastic not as waste but as a resource and restoring harmony with our land and ecosystems. We can transform our economy, we can protect public health, and we can rekindle our national pride. Since assuming office, my government has placed the environment at the heart of Ghana's development strategy. We've created the Ministry of Climate. We've appointed a Minister of Climate Change and Sustainability to integrate environmental considerations across all sectors. We've introduced the National Plastics Management Policy that requires that manufacturers and importers have to take responsibility for the life cycle of the plastics that they produce and place on the market. We revised our solid waste management strategy to reduce the amount of plastic that enters our landfills by 60% by the year 2030, and to implement mandatory waste separation in all our major municipalities. We're already seeing progress. From Tamale to Takrade, local governments are piloting source separation schemes. Color-coded bins in markets have tripled recycling rates. Entrepreneurs are converting used plastics into building materials, textiles, and fuel briquettes. And you just saw the dustbins that you were presented with here. It is made from recycled plastic. Faith-based groups and community volunteers are mobilizing for cleanup exercises before the rainy season. These examples prove that transformation is possible when public policy aligns with citizens' action. But ladies and gentlemen, we must go further. Because of their durability, plastics do not degrade easily. And it is said that a piece of plastic takes 25,000 years to degrade. Plastics, when not managed properly, become a long-term hazard. And that is why today I'm proud to launch the One Tree Per Child initiative. This is a nationwide program that will engage every school-age Ghanaian child in planting and nurturing at least one tree. Each child will be given a seedling, and the seedlings will be chosen to suit the local ecology of where their schools are. And guided by their teachers, local environmental officers, forestry officers, and traditional leaders, they will be shown how to care and nurture the tree to grow. By 2030, this program will result in tens of millions of trees planted. These are trees that will stabilize our soils, trees that will cool our cities, and trees that will absorb carbon dioxide and restore our degraded ecosystems. More importantly, each tree will serve as a lesson in responsibility, sustainability, and civic pride. This new initiative builds on the foundation of the Tree for Life afforestation program, which I launched in March this year in Nkawie in the Ashanti region. That program targets the restoration of at least 7 million hectares of degraded land and the planting of millions of trees nationwide. As part of our national efforts, I'm pleased to formally announce the commencement of the 2025 National Tree Planting Exercise, which begins today, June 5th, and will continue through till June 30th. Our target is to plant 30 million trees across the country during this period. And I call on every Ghanaian, from school children and market traders to traditional leaders and professionals, to participate actively in this vital national assignment. Let us leave a living legacy for generations yet unborn. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, plastic pollution and deforestation may appear unrelated, but they stem from the exact root cause, treating the environment as an afterthought. Addressing both demands, that is a pledge you have made in front of me. I'm the witness. You all said it. So next time, I don't want to see any of you drink water from sachet plastic and just throw it on the floor. Please walk to the next bin and put it in the bin so that it can be safely disposed of. Let us refuse single-use plastic, sort our waste at home, adopt sustainable alternatives, and teach our children through example that a clean, green Ghana is not only possible, but it is a necessity. Our health, agriculture, tourism, climate resilience, and international reputation all depend on the decisions we make today. In the months ahead, we'll organize regional tree planting festivals, launch national cleanup drives, and host an annual Green Innovation Expo to highlight Ghanaian solutions to environmental challenges. These actions will sustain public momentum and strengthen the national commitment to ecological renewal. Let me take the opportunity to thank the Chief Operating Officer of Maseko, who have promised to assist us plant 30 million trees. They have a record of doing it. They've done it before in Myanmar, and they have come with their expertise to help us grow at least 30 million trees in Ghana. I say thank you very much to the CEO. And I want to recognize a good friend of mine. He was a footballer in England, he's retired, and he got the inspiration to come to Ghana and set up a recycling plant to create both employment, but also to help us dispose of our plastic pollution. And he's here with us today, Mr. Patrick Graham. If you just rise and be acknowledged. Thank you very much. From his own pocket, he has built a plastic recycling plant. He's paid for it. He's employed about 30 Ghanaian youth who are working in that factory and recycling the plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some things that we must do. We can't be planting trees and cutting them down at the same time. And so to reduce the cutting of trees, it is my intention to issue a directive to stop the use of wood for school furniture. We're soon going to pass a directive. School furniture will no longer be made of wood so that we can stop the cutting down of our trees. We'll either use recycled plastic for our school furniture or we'll use metal furniture. While we deal with plastics and plant trees, let us also not forget the fight against illegal small-scale mining. I want to commend the collaboration between the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology and the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and our Security Services for the progress they are making in the fight against illegal small-scale mining called Galamsey. As I speak, they have seized 300 excavators from illegal miners. 9 forest reserves were no-go areas because the illegal miners were armed to their teeth. Working together with the military and the police, they've been able to evict the illegal miners from 8 of the no-go zone forest reserves. And my understanding is that they're in the process of liberating the last of the 9 red zones. We will not stop at that. We are told that 44 of our forest reserves have been invaded. We have 288 forest reserves in Ghana. And out of the 288, 44 have been invaded by illegal small-scale miners. And so the 9 are the red zone where they were armed to the teeth. Those were the more difficult ones, and so they decided to tackle those first. And now they'll move on to liberate the other 44 forest reserves so that we stop Galamsey in our forest reserves. It is important for us to do so because our rivers take their source from our forest. And so if we destroy our forest, our rivers will also dry up. And so this plastic something, and then you finish eating, you just dump it. That is one of the biggest polluters. And so we're going to ban the importation of styrofoam plastics. We have to use paper packaging or aluminum foil for packaging our food. And so I'm informing the manufacturers and importers of styrofoam with the Ministry of Environment. Soon we're going to ban the importation of styrofoam and production of styrofoam in Ghana. Our food packaging will be made from paper and also from aluminum material. Fellow Ghanaians, the journey from landfill, fellow Ghanaians, it sounds very familiar, yeah? But that's what they wrote in my speech, fellow Ghanaians.
Culture and creative arts, along with the MCs, together with our partners and the agency heads, will head to the exhibition center, and then subsequently we can all follow when that area is cleared. But the president at this point goes to exchange pleasantries with royalty who came to grace the occasion with their presence, for which we are thankful. And right from there, there will be a symbolic tree planting exercise to signal the beginning of the One Child, One Tree initiative, which has freshly been launched of the Republic of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Johnny Hughes. Thank you.
Let's hold it there. Let's hold it there. board no mu share. Oh, sorry.